How's everybody doing today? We got another stream here. Sorry, my framing is off. I still need to work on the whole webcam situation. Hopefully you guys can hear me just fine. Yeah, so, we got our little area here, as the sun is setting. That, we worked on last time. We created a new type of terrain brush. That was pretty cool. So yeah, if we walk up here, which is the path that we built, we've been working on since then, and what I'm gonna work on today, I think. So I kind of got distracted by this particular. What is not the rule of this? Well, oh, you guys, I gotta show my actual thing here. Sorry, I keep thinking of. Anyway, it's hard to sit because like I need a different sort of stand for my webcam. I need to figure out what the hell's going on. Because I can't put it on top of my computer. Because otherwise it'll look... Trust me, the angle won't be good. It's a little bit... Let me get... Let's restart this so that we're in daytime here. But, yeah, it's not the rule of thirds. You're right. So, let's go back in here. So that we're doing this during daytime, so you guys can see what the hell I'm talking about. Alright, so, this is also a mountain path, but this is not the one we're interested in. So, we have here, right around, where, Pierre is. You need some bombs to get him out of this ditch, right? Hola! So, the problem is, prior to what we are doing now, and I've actually already added this, so we'll see, but like, the nearest bombs are kind of really far away from here. There's a couple different places you can get them, but I think the one that people would immediately first think to is the Old Spanish Fort, and that's a problem, because the Old Spanish Fort is, look at our map. So, we're here. The Old Spanish Fort's, like, around here, which is, like, really far away. So, if we want people to, like, do the quest, they're gonna get, like, probably distracted before they actually finish it. So, basically, I think there needs to be, like, a couple different types of, places to get bombs that are not far away. So, there's this one, which is going to be what we're working on today. And I'll show you some interesting trick that I learned. Add a robot that makes bombs for you if you collect him gum base, jellyfish juice, and charcoal. Is that referencing something? I don't know. I don't know if that recipe is from somewhere. That seems like an odd combination of things. But anyway... so I kind of... This is a little bit of lore action we're about to see here, and some, also a place to get bombs. So, what is this? Why is there this cart? Why is it full of bombs? Well, you could maybe just be incurious, and there was also a Conquistador's cutlass. Sorry, a Conquistador's, halberd right there, so I'm gonna pick up all the bombs. I could use these theoretically to free Pierre, but instead of that, I'm gonna keep going. Oh, a little bit of drifting there. That's a bug I'll need to fix. So if we keep following this path. Oh, hi all. Hi, how are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I was waiting for you, because I know you love the drinks. And so we have one here today. We'll get to it in just a second. So, there's this sort of cave here. Now, the lore kind of thing that I'm saying is that it's a mine. So the idea is the conquistadors were sort of like forcing the natives to do some like mining for them, which is actually what happened in history. It didn't turn out very well because it turns out there's actually not that much gold in the Caribbean. So they didn't, the Spanish didn't find the gold that they were looking for, really. They did find the gold in South America. But that is a whole other genocide. But anyway, so this is sort of the mine, and we're gonna kind of work on this whole path up to the mine area today. And we can see kind of the lore reasons why they would have got the, why they would have been getting the, my mind is blanking on it. Why they would have been, having bombs up here. So anyway, we got the bombs, we got the cart, and I just do want to show you something interesting that I discovered while I was working on the cart that I want to just talk about for a minute, because it ended up sending me last night onto a incredibly long amount of time reworking the boat. We all saw the boat, the ship. So, okay, so here, you see this wood? One thing that I think games kind of do wrong, a lot of games, and something that I've been doing wrong until up to here, is that when they make wood, the side of a piece of wood looks different than the end. This is called end grain. And it just makes it look a whole lot more detailed and a whole lot more realistic now that I've added this, Hey, Sarah, welcome to the stream. Now that I've added this little end grain here, so like, if it's not obvious, I have here a prop that's gonna make this more obvious. So, this is just like a piece of wood, like this is like construction lumber, right? But like, you see this side of the wood, it's the grain is going this way, right? And that's really important when you're texturing to make it look like actual wood, because if you turn it this way on its end, you guys can see that in the camera, it looks very different. It looks very different. This is... Whenever the game has unrealistic wood textures, I refund it. Yes. Anyway, you can see that this is sort of the rings of the tree, right? Yeah, I just think it's like a nice little detail, but the problem is that I spent all of last night going into Blender and doing this. Actually, let's just teleport over to where the ship is. I don't have to show you in Blender. But yeah, you can see what I did. I added some end grain to the cart, but then I spent several hours, and let's go to the ship. I'll show you how I did that in a minute in Blender, but basically, you see here? Ha! Look, more end grain. Once again, this is something that, like, you know, it doesn't... Oh, there's a little bit of a gap. I'll have to fix that. Ooh, ouchies. Alright, let's get back up there. So yeah, basically, I was just kind of reworking a lot of the seams of all the textures and everything. And I think those little details add a lot, you know? I mean, it seems silly, but those little details add a lot, and I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second. But anyway, before we do that, before we switch to Blender, we're going to drink the soda today. We have, ooh, yeah, there we go. Sorry, Cola Soda, Colombiana La Nuestra. This is from the nation of Colombia. Yeah, let me double check. I mean, it says Colombiana. I assume that's Colombian. Yeah, product of Colombia. I don't know if this is a soda in the vein of Inca Cola, like a cola like Inca Cola, which is from Peru, or a cola like Coca-Cola, which, if you've ever had Inca Cola, it tastes nothing like Coca-Cola. In fact, it's an entirely different color. It's yellow. So we're going to find out together whether or not this is more like Coca-Cola or Inca Cola. Oh. So it's kind of pink, which is more like, it's more like Inca Cola. This is definitely more of an Inca Cola thing. It has kind of a bubblegum flavor, which is not like Coke at all. But let me show you what I was talking about before, how I do the wood texture. So if we go open up Blender, whoopsies, Blender. And if I turn on my music, which I should have. So actually, here's an interesting, so here's the boat, but, before I show you the boat. Oop, no. We're not getting, there we go. So, this is interesting because you may recognize this file. I love the boat. Thank you. I'll be showing it off in just a second after I get the cannon here. So this is, you may recognize this as the cannon model, and that is because my cannon and my cart actually share 90% of the parts, or not 90%, but a lot of the parts. So this whole axle, this thing, and this wheel are all from the cannon model. And I actually share those two, and they get instanced in the game. So it's the same memory location. So it actually saves some memory and some disk space by combining these two models. But let's show the boat. So this is ooh, I need to fix this. Sorry, there's a little texture seam here that I gotta fix. Yeah, that's not right. Sorry, I'm just gonna fix this. You see that little discontinuity there? I'm just gonna fix that real quick. No, that's not right. This is the one I need to fix. Yeah, that's what I want. There we go, just to make the, also, that's not straight. Sorry, this is what I spent hours and hours doing. I have a problem sometimes getting, stuck on little details. Bike shedding, if it were, as you might say, on ship parts. But actually, I think the problem is that these all need to be brought down to this level. No. Oh, they're already at that level. Anyway, I'm just gonna do it like that. That looks right. Sorry, there we go. Excuse my OCD here, but I fix it. And while we're doing this, I'm gonna fix that little seam that we saw before. So it's not that one, but it's up here. But yeah, so basically, as soon as I did that little wood trick, I'm like, I need to fix all the wood to make sure it's, like, correct. Also, I feel like this is a needless vertex here. We can clean that up. Okay, so, to explain how the wood texture works, you can see that, actually, it's probably better. Yeah, so you can see that the wood texture is actually, composed of several pieces. So, love it when my UVs are in the same atom together. Yeah? So basically we have the end grain pieces, right? And so basically, and then the side grain. So like the face grain tiles up and down this way. So it will like continue repeating. But then we have this end grain, and we have 3 different pieces of end grain, just to give it a little bit of variation, right? And also, this tiles from here to here. Just, and then there's also a little bit of buffer here, just to make it so that, the texture can expand a bit. But, yeah, so basically, we can make all sorts of wooden things without giving it a custom texture. So if we go back to our... So I'm going to save this and I'm going to export it. Oh, 1 second. I'm going to hide all these. I don't need to see these. Oh yeah, by the way, poop deck. Just, I thought that's funny. You can see that this is actually now made of, like, planks. Which I think is cool. So let's export this just so that we can see it in the game next time, but... Oh, wait. Export as GLTF, Carrick, export it. Now, okay, so we are working on the mine. Now, one thing that is, so I'm going to save my Blender thing. We're going to go back to the game for just 1 second. Create a new general. What was I doing? So, if we go here, and we go to where the mine is, to sort of make it more like a like it's definitely man-made. It has to have some like structures in it. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna make a bunch of planks of wood that we can place in the world, so that we can kind of build all sorts of modular structures. So, the really easy way to do that would be, let's just, okay. Oh, this is gonna be cool, actually. 1 second. What's, two... So, I mean, I know this isn't historically accurate. I mean, I don't actually... Maybe it is. Maybe they did. But anyway, I'm going to make this a 2x4. So I'm literally going to do 2. That's 2 inches by 4. By the way, I'm using a calculator off to the side to convert this into meters. So here's a 2x4. And then I think we'll make it 2 meter. We'll make a 2 meter one and a 1 meter one. We're just gonna make a sort of a modular set, if that makes sense. Why do I keep clicking off? I need to get to OBS here. Okay, yeah. We gotta know how to make mods. Well, I mean, you will learn. Yeah, so I think having this centered at the origin is fine. I mean, you could probably figure out how to make mods just from, like, all of my streams. So we'll go into UV editing. We'll put... So I'm gonna add a bevel, actually. Add modifier, generate bevel. And we're gonna use, limit method weight. We're gonna bevel these edges. Okay, so now these edges are rounded off. We're gonna shade this smooth. We're gonna add a weighted normal. And then we're gonna have to make sure we keep sharp. Gonna mark that sharp. Gonna mark this sharp. Well, little do you know that the editor is exposed, in all the builds that anybody has had. It's just hidden. So, there's a JSON file called config.c... It's a .cfg file, but it is a JSON file internally. So if you find that and you find debug mode and you set that to true, you will have access to the editor in the game. Yeah, well, though we fixed the normals now. Look at that. Look at that beautiful normal. So, we need a seam so we can unwrap this. Mark seam. Mark seam. And then we UV unwrap. Oh, we need to apply the scale. Oh, now our bevel is too much. So we need to decrease the bevel. Let's slowly bring it up until we get what we want. Is it Alt that makes Blender move? How do I make it move slow? Anyway, 0.1, so that's 0.05. That's probably good. So let's go back into here. Let's UV unwrap. And now, we're gonna have to... I'm gonna make this model called wood planks. Wood planks dot blend. Okay, so save the Blender file. Now we're gonna import our material, I think. So I'm gonna do. Oh, I can't do that. Okay, so append. I'm gonna find the cannon. Material. Wood. So now, I can set this to wood. There we go. Now our UVs are still off. You can see, because you see the end grain here, which is not where it's supposed to be. But we'll just do a little bit of UV editing, and we'll clean that up. So here's our albedo. So, and I'm gonna scale this up. And also just move this around. So now if we go back to the textured look, look at that. You got a nice little, you got a nice board with end grain. I feel like the grain, maybe we should make it a little bit tighter than that. So let's increase this. Increase this. Just to make it bigger, and then this size we can make it bigger as well. I'm gonna make... Yeah, let's make it so that it wraps all the way around. So... I'm gonna set this so that this is right at the edge. Let's move this line all the way. And I'm gonna turn on snapping to pixels. Yeah. No, that's not what I wanted. Oh. Yeah, sorry. No, that is what I wanted. But I'm just gonna do round to pixels corner. Yeah, there we go. Now it moves by 1 pixel at a time, which is what I wanted. And then I'm gonna set my cursor here so that we can scale around this. And this is just so that we can make a tile properly. So we're gonna scale from the 2D cursor, and then we're gonna scale this way to right here, and then it will tile properly. So see, now you can't find the seam here. It's perfectly seamless. I mean, oh, it's right there. Why can we see it? Or maybe it's... So I'm just gonna hit this... Whoopsies. Let's zoom in. Maybe there is no way to make it seamless properly? Maybe it's fine. Yeah, it seems like maybe that's probably the closest I can do. I don't know. Anyway, you won't notice this unless you're really zoomed in. You will make the first ASO mod right now. I would, yeah, give it a shot. I mean, let me know if you run into any trouble. You don't have access to the source code, but you do have access to all the editor files and AngelScript. So you can, whatever you can manage with that. It's a lot. You can do a lot with that. Okay. So here we have a 2x4. I'm gonna call this 2x 4x. Sorry, I should make this feet. Okay, what's the closest thing to 1 meter in feet? 5, 4, 1 meter in feet. 3.3 feet. So let's make it 3 feet long. So 3 feet in meters. 3 feet in meters. Okay, so we'll make a 3 foot one and a 6 foot one. So I'm gonna adjust this to be that. Wait, that doesn't seem right. Oh, this is a 6 foot one. So I'm gonna do 6 feet in meters. 1.82 something. Okay, cool. And then I'm gonna apply the scale. Okay, so now we should. What's the JSON file that you okay, so it's not. You need to go into your app data directory, and then you need to find you need to find your although are you find the app data directory, and then it's a file called config.cfg, I think. Let me double check. Home. Sorry, I'm just checking something. Sorry, settings.cfg. So if you go into your app data directory, find the Jake S. Del Mastro folder, find ASO, and then there should be settings.cfg. Then you set debug mode to true inside that file. Okay, so 2 by 8 by 3, sorry, 2 by 4 by 3 feet. So, oh wait, so that's, if I can remember my imperial. So that's 3 feet. 2 inches by 4 inches by 3 feet. I don't know what the Spanish lumber 1 second. What the Spanish lumber standardizations were, but like, you know, in the 1700s. So I think we're just gonna have to go with like, I don't know if that would be something that's easy to find, but I'm just wait. I need to fix these. I need to fix these UV scale. There we go. Sorry, just because when we scaled the thing here, it messed up this, so we needed to fix that. Okay, so we're gonna duplicate this, and we're gonna make this. Sorry, that's by 6. This one is gonna be a 3. This is gonna be by 3. So we're gonna take this. We're gonna scale this by half. So 0.5. Whoopsies. No. Scale Z 0.5. Okay. Then we're going to apply that. And we need to go and scale our UVs as well. So scale Y 0.5. And then just to make it interesting, I'm going to move this end grain around to give us some variation. So that we can get a different end grain on the different planks. You know, just variation's always good. And I'm gonna rotate that one like 180 degrees and put it like a little rotated like that. So all the end grain is gonna look slightly different. Okay, so now we got a couple 2x4s. Let's do a let's do a 2x8. So duplicate that guy. Scale the width by 2. Cool. Do the same with this guy. Scale the width by 2. And now we have some, I'm gonna now just, yeah, I'm gonna tweak the UVs on this one as well, just to make it a little different. Oh, actually, these need to be scaled up by 2. Sometimes solo dev is like half Blender and half really making the game. I love it, but it also feels like Blender purgatory. But it is always with it, always sometimes. Okay, after we finish this this little bit with the making these planks, we have these 4 planks. We're gonna start going back into the game and we're gonna start building something with them. So that's what you have to look forward to. So I'm just gonna scale this so that it actually fits this. So I promise I will show you some actual work in the game engine, in the editor. Oh, Grubby found the editor. All right, I guess he's making mods now. He's making mods for ASO. Should I be afraid? Yeah, I think we're gonna be. I think I'm fine with that scaled out. Okay, just gonna flip this end grain into a different, so scale the end grain by 2. Or 1.5 is probably fine. And just change something different. There, and there. We'll give it a little bit of rotation. I'm always stuck in Blender, no worries. Yeah. I mean, I know, sometimes I wonder, like, does this need to be more entertaining? Okay, so I need to, this is the by 8. Sorry. Sorry, all this work with Imperial units is confusing me. I mean, yeah, in Canada, we kind of like mix around our units a lot. Like, we are officially a metric country, but all our lumber, for example, is still in Imperial units. But then like drink sizes are metric and stuff like that. And like you would talk about your own height and weight in Imperial, but like yeah, like you're buying milk in liters, and like the speed limits are in kilometers. So we have a really scuffed combination, so it's always confusing for me. Okay, so I need to add a... this is a specific engine thing I'm just going to add. So, Grubby, if you're making mods, be aware of this. I'm going to create a parent for this called instance group. Because we want this to be sort of a modular... we want this to be a modular set. So we're going to parent all this to instant group. And that just tells the engine to basically, when we import this, like, keep everything separate so that we can mess around with it. I'm surprised I don't have nightmares about the Blender Cube. Well, you know. It's because you probably deleted it. You killed the Blender Cube. You can't set the scale in the engine. It's not you'd have to go into Blender and modify the file. That's why it's coming for you. Yeah, you murdered it. Okay, so I'm gonna create it in the meshes folder. We're gonna create this wood planks. And I'm gonna save this as okay. Oh, there's one more thing I gotta add. Wait, is this? I need to apply the scale there so that the bevel matches. This material, this is something really important. Oh, awesome. Blender did it automatically because I imported the material. Fantastic. Okay. Just a quick thing. You should always set backface culling to true. I don't know why it's not default. I feel like the default should be backface culling is on instead of the default is backface culling is off. But for some reason, Blender defaults backface culling to off, and my engine reads that and sets backface culling off because it's in the GLTF file. So just a tip, if you're working in Blender, you should set these to on because they're not on by default. I mean, they're on for this material because I specifically imported this material. Okay, so I'm going to export these wood planks. We're going to save. Now we're going to go back into the engine. One moment. So, I'm gonna go to that area. Oh, you're not supposed to see that. So this is the sort of area where we want to put the wood planks. So I'm gonna find in our file browser. Where's our file browser here? Where are you? Oh, you're underneath the prefab browser. So, the thing that we just created is going to be under, half the things I import from Unreal to Blender are partially invisible. Yeah, I feel like, this is like a common, like, interoperability between 3D, content, creation tools is still not a solved problem after, like, I guess, like, what, 30 years of working. Somehow we still haven't fixed this. It doesn't happen that often with Odyssey engine. You go to view free camera. That's how you do it, Grubby. He's making a mod as we speak. I don't know what to expect. Okay, so we created our thing. We exported it to wood planks. Should be near the bottom because it's a W. Where's our... Oh. We're having some scrolling issues with this. Okay, well, I can just search for it. Wood planks. Create... Okay, so... this is gonna... This only looks like one, but actually, in fact, we've imported all of the different variations. So, see, if we tick these different things. So, I'm just gonna X for X3 wood plank. So I'm gonna say this is a prefab so that we can pick it up later. So now, if we ever want to spawn just this 3-foot version, we can find the find our wood plank here, and we can spawn another one as many times as we want. So I'm gonna delete that, but actually, I'm gonna bring another. Oh, one more thing. We need to give it some collision. So I'm gonna add a physics collider. And then I'm gonna hit shape box fit to mesh, and then we're gonna save the prefab again. Grubby, you weren't listening. I just explained. Canadian construction lumber is in feet and inches. Canada's a very complex place when it comes to measurements. Okay, so we're gonna save this prefab. Sorry, I'm gonna find my we're gonna delete that guy. So we got this guy. I'm gonna duplicate him to make the 6-foot version. So I'm gonna call this by 6. I'm gonna change the prefab to the 6-foot version. Then I'm gonna confirm, then I'm gonna save. So this is the 6-foot one. Now we just simply switch the mesh to the 6-foot variant. And we fit that to mesh. Save the prefab. Okay, cool. So now we have our two things. We have the 3-foot and we have the 6-foot. Now we're gonna swap these out with our 2x8s. I know, I'm aware, you mentioned it some time ago. Kanada. Grub, I'm sorry, he called me Grub. Oh, I called you Grub. It's my camera's stuck. What the hell's going on? Is my camera back? My camera's back. I don't know why it was frozen there for a second. Anyway. Sorry, I confused you, Tutu. Sorry, sorry I called you Grubby. You're not him. He was just also talking at me about, stuff. Okay, so with the wood planks, we're gonna make the, we're gonna make a 2x8 one now. 2x8, so we're gonna take the... We're gonna change this to the 2x8 prefab. Confirm. Save prefab. And then we're gonna set that to the... This one. I forgive you, yeah. We're gonna fit that to the mesh. We're gonna save the prefab. Okay, so now we only need one more. We're gonna duplicate this guy. Let's just do... Yeah. So now we have the different... So this is now gonna be 2x8x3. And change that to 2x8x3. Save the prefab. So now we have all these different variants. And I need to also set that to the 2x8x3, which is this one, and fit to mesh. Save. So now, just to check if we all worked, we got the 3-foot, 6-foot, 3-foot by 8, and 3-foot by 6. Cool. Now we can start building some structures. Now, because we have a modular set. So, I feel like we're going to use the 2x8 here. By 6. Yeah. Just put it right against the wall here. So it's not quite high enough on its own, so I think we need to then add a... the 2x8x3. Turn that 70 degrees, I guess. To met. Is this safe? Are the conquistadors following workplace safety guidance? Probably not. Can they... This is some bad construction here. Can I change daytime and deselect all objects? I actually don't think there's a deselect all button. You can just select something else. If you select one thing, it deselects what you previously had selected. Sorry, I'm just gonna put these a little bit further. Yeah. But no actual gap there. Okay, cool. Yeah, I feel like actually it should be like to make it like actually, because it's holding up a bunch of rocks, like you want it to be pretty strong here, I think. So, I mean, we probably need an even thicker one. Like a 4x4 or something like that. You know what? I'm actually, instead of doing all this messing around with... I'm going to make a 4x4 real quick. What about changing time? You do this. You find the time of day. And then you can set the offset here. Or the day length. That will change the time of day for you. Sorry, I'm giving you a tutorial as we... Okay, so I'm going to save this because we did all those prefab generations, but I'm going to open up Blender here real quick. We're going to add a 4x4 as well, because I feel like we need one now. And I think we're going to go with an 8-foot 4x4. Because I feel like the 4x4 needs to be taller, that's why we're using it. Sorry, 4x4 inches. No, 8x8. 8x8, I think. 8x8. So we take the long side here. And we do that. That's thick. Cool. And then we're also going to make it, okay, what's 8 feet in meters? 2.43 meters. Okay, so let's apply. Now we have our 8x8x8. I'm going to go ahead and export this again. We're gonna export GLTF, wood planks, woodplanks.gltf. In the engine, I'm gonna save. I'm gonna create now my, I'm gonna take this guy, who is our 6x, yeah, you know, or whatever the number was. I'm getting confused by Imperial units again. So this is gonna be our 8x8x8. And we're gonna change this to 888. Confirm, save prefab. And in order to get we need to hit reload because our mesh changed. So now we have this extra one here. And fit to mesh. Save prefab. Save the game. Now, I think this is perfect. So, we put this here. I'm going to duplicate it. put it on the other side. Gonna duplicate it again. Rotate it 90 degrees if friggin' Guizmo would cooperate. Yeah, 90. Okay, so I'm gonna actually slide these a little bit inward. Nice. Is it holding up the rocks? Probably not super well, so we're gonna move that inward. I don't really know how these mine things worked, but I'm gonna duplicate that again. But yeah, they're building some kind of structure in here. Yeah, nice. Now you got a little bit of a step. That should be kind of cool. But I'm also going to take this. Can I move it in without... I didn't mean to show the rock hallmarks. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Now, they should also have some more of these inside the cave. So, I'm just going to take that little arch thing here. 1 second. 8. Yeah. So I'm going to duplicate this. Imperial would drive me crazy. It does kind of drive me crazy sometimes, too. I feel like this whole room is too tall. Like, I feel like this goes down too steeply, maybe. I don't know. Because this is kind of what the look that I want. Or maybe I can just add some in the ceiling. Yeah, I think I'll add some more. I think I'll bring up the rocks at the bottom. Because I think they're moving too steeply that way. So let's rotate these. And then we can change the floor a little bit later. All right, so what is that? Can we go into this cave? Is this navigable? Oh god. It's not flat enough. Okay, so I think we do need the extra height because otherwise the camera has trouble. There's a lot of little messiness that comes with designing environments. Okay, so I think I'm gonna need to keep extending this staircase here because it's gonna make it easier to get inside. Actually, you know what? Maybe instead of a staircase, feel like what they would have done is they would have used a ramp. So let's get our 2x8. And we're just gonna make a ramp with it. See, that's probably what I would have done. Because, like, I'm a conquistador hastily putting this together to oppress the natives. Okay, so duplicate that. Rotate it a little bit so it's like kind of uneven. Actually, I'm gonna rotate this so that we're seeing the other side, so it looks a little bit different. And this guy, I'm gonna turn 180. Whoopsies. Turn 180 degrees this way. Your face cam is friggin' Christ. Let's try to figure that out. My face cam is frozen. I'm trying to fix that. The game is still running though. You can see that, right? Let's see, one moment. I have no idea why this is happening. Why is my face cam frozen? I hate this. I'm Vampy. Welcome. Unfortunately, you've showed up at a place where we're having some technical difficulties. My webcam is frozen. Let's see if we can fix that. Okay, so I'm gonna unplug my webcam. We're gonna try that. I'm gonna hide this. I'm gonna add. I'm gonna plug it back in. I'm gonna add a video capture device. Existing. Okay, that got the. That's the frozen one. I hope I don't have to exit OBS. Oh! We're back. What happened? Now the color's all weird. Did I... Yep, okay, well, I'm back. The color is all off. That's fine. I'm not this pale in real life, by the way. The face cam is making me look that way. Okay, let me just quickly try something to see if I can get everything back to normal. Oh, God. Okay, just gonna... We're having issues. We're having issues. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it at this. I kind of suspect this is some, like, Linux device driver bullshittery. You have a question, go ahead, you can ask. You can always ask a question. So anyway, we were, working on this ramp here. I made a game engine using AI, and I use that engine to make games. Do you think that's good or bad? I think your game engine would probably be a lot better if you hadn't used AI. I mean, like, you know, I don't know. It's just like, I feel like it doesn't do that good of a job. Are you using the AI to make the games? I feel like that's, like, what the AI probably did is it just like copied a bunch of shit from somebody else. So like, yeah, if you think plagiarism is fine, then like whatever, like, you know, I don't know. So okay, so the ramp works. Actually, this ramp is like pretty good. We should like continue to do ramp light thing. It just helped me modify Godot. Okay. Well, like, let me clear this up for like just anybody who's like has like, I think my position I've made clear on previous streams, but like, you know, I don't like AI. I declare a fatwa on AI, in fact, and I just feel like it's like, yeah, people are like, oh, can I use it here? Can I use it there? And it's like, I feel like you're missing the point. It's like, this is a technology that is like fucking exploiting people. I don't really care about like your individual like your individual like particular thing. Like, I'm not gonna like lecture you on like, you know, what you decide to use it for. Like, it's not about any one individual here. Like, this is a technology, like specifically LLMs, that I just feel like we would all be better off if it didn't exist. Like, I don't want to like fucking litigate your own specific like use case for it. Like, whatever, I'm not gonna lecture you on that. Like, but yeah, it's like, in general, yes, I think they're bad. I think that you shouldn't use them, and you know, if you do, I'm not gonna burn you at the stake, but like, you know, I feel like you would have had a better time if you didn't use it, and you would have got a better result. That would be nice. That would be nice, Sarah. Yeah. All right. So this is actually gonna these planks are actually gonna save a lot of trouble for us, because they're gonna make the floor even, which is gonna be nice. So let's just add a couple of these. Yeah, Repinger's 9777, you are totally correct. If you want to learn and make something, using AI defeats the entire purpose. Yeah, also, like, I just want to say, like, I feel like we're underselling the fucking plagiarism aspect of it. Like, the people whose code, like, you are literally just, like, you're stealing other people's code who didn't consent to it, right? It's like, a lot of people are like, oh, you know, me, why does it, like, oh, but I need AI because, you know, I can't learn this shit on my own because I'm too fucking dumb or whatever. It's like, first of all, you're infantilizing yourself. You can learn, figure it out. It's like, we all support you. I want to help you learn. I'm here to support you. I hope people watch my channel to learn about, like, how to make games and everything like that. And I show you all these different aspects of how to do it. And it's like, Godot is open source, but open source actually is not the same thing as consenting to having LLMs train on your code, by the way. Like, in fact, literally, the license of Godot requires that you can't steal their code without giving them credit, right? Like, that's straight up against the license of Godot. Like, anyway, it's just a topic that really makes me mad, because, like, I feel like, a lot of people are like, oh, but what about this? Like, there's a lot of, like, whataboutism about, like, oh, surely it's okay to use AI if I do this, this, and this. And it's like, once again, I'm not gonna burn you at the stake for your own individual fucking use case, but I think, like, it's clearly, it would clearly be better if you didn't, is my point. And I guarantee that everything I do on this channel is human-made, and we support human creators, and we do not use... Okay. You can make changes I'm not talking about your use case. I'm talking about the date, like OpenAI using Godot to train their model, which then is inserted, code from Godot is being inserted into other people's projects without permission from Godot. Godot did not give people, unless they specifically did, and I'm missing this, these open source projects did not give permission to the AI companies to train on their model. To train their model. Sorry, is my fire alarm going off? I'm so hot from this that my fire alarm is going off, you know? Yeah, but also, free to use is not free to use without credit, right? Specifically in the license, Fuck, is my fire alarm going? Guys, I need to, 1 second. I need to check something. But I'm not done with this. Free to use is not free to use without credit. I need to go check if my house is on fire. Yeah, it would definitely be better. Like, I think there's still gonna be a ton of problems with that, but like, that would be better, but unfortunately nobody seems to give any shits about that, so like, yeah. Anyway, like, I think there's a lot of like misinformation, a lot of like bullshit around this, and it's like, I don't know, it just makes me really fucking mad, because like, I spent all this time like working on this engine, and it's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna, like, this engine, in my opinion, is better than Unreal. And like, you know, it's not in the LLM dataset because it's not hosted on GitHub. It's not hosted anywhere where an LLM could access it. But if I wrote a great engine and then they trained an AI model on it, and then all of a sudden, like, all my hard work is being stolen to be put into, like, other people's code without them even knowing about it, right? Like, that's fucking insane. Anyway, sorry, it's just, I don't know. It's just a, yes, it is more fun and rewarding. I agree. Okay, so we need a ramp here, to get down to the next level. So, I'm just gonna steal this 2x8 again. I'm sorry we got distracted by all that AI nonsense. But yeah, just so we all know, I don't use AI for anything in this game, and I never will. So yes, that is my promise to you. Everything you see here is the work of me and occasionally other people who will be credited when that is relevant. So yeah, just a little bit of a thing. Only AI we should be talking about is this video game NPC AI. Yes, absolutely. And we have talked about that. And stay tuned, because we will be talking about that again at some point. So I'm just going to copy this whole section here. Whoopsies. Rotate. No? Why is that rotating the wrong way? Something's wrong here. That's not the right rotation. Well, that is. So that I'll just do that. We're rotating around the wrong point. Interesting. So yeah, we have this really shoddy ramp constructed by the conquistadors. They're not great craftsmen. They don't care about keeping people safe. We're just gonna pull that along. Nice ranting, I love it. Rants turn into more content. I mean, I'm probably gonna clip this, which is the annoying part. Like, it's like, this is something I wonder sometimes, and I'm like, is this how people, like, become grifters? Like, you know, there's something that we care about, and then we clip it, and then we turn it into, like, you know, because it's for content. And so it's like, and then all of a sudden, eventually we become disingenuous about it. So, like, I don't know, maybe I'm just becoming, like, the anti-AI grifter guy. But, like, I mean, it's something I believe in. Like, I fucking hate AI. Like, it's, yeah. But it's just, like, I don't know. I guess I should turn it into content, because, like, why not? But, like, you know. I don't know. Like and subscribe. By the way. And also, grifting for a good cause. Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, I should mention, by the way, we have if you want to financially support me, we do take donations at the Ko-Fi link down below. And if you do, you'll get a special role on the Discord server, which is also linked down below. And I will read out whatever you say live on stream. I should check to see if anybody donated, by the way, so I can read it out today. But yeah, audience capture is very real. Don't pander to the worst part of your audience. It's more fun that way. Anyway. Let's continue with this environmental storytelling of the conquistadors being bad at building things. A little bit of rotation that way, too. Okay, so we just put this down here. Okay, so I think we can simply okay, so now obviously these guys need something to stand on because right now they're not being supported. So I'm just gonna duplicate that, rotate it. Actually, what's the rotation on that? I feel like it should be 0, 0, 90? Oh, no, that's position. Oopsies. I meant to do rotation. 0, 0, 0, actually. That's what I want. It skipped a message again. Let me check the YouTube logs to see if they have the message. Nope. YouTube chat just ate your message. It's totally gone. I'm sorry. You can say it again if you want me to read it. Wait. There we go. Okay, this is just this log is supporting this basically. We're gonna duplicate it and put it over here as well. Also there should be some up here. I already did. Okay. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I put the I'm wondering if, like, this discussion is caused by the poll that I put out. Like, I did a thing just to ask, like, people if they thought it was okay to code with AI, because, like, obviously we know what my position on it is, but, like, I thought the results were interesting. We actually had a lot of people were saying it's okay if you do it a little bit, and it's like, once again, I don't think the person primarily at fault is the person using it. I think the problem is that we've allowed it to become a thing in our society. Like, I don't recommend that you use it, but, you know, you won't learn anything. You won't become a good coder if you learn using AI. Okay, so now let's see. Can we walk across this properly without any hiccups? Without any hiccups is maybe a stretch. Oh, because we're like... Maybe these do need to be actually butted together more tightly. Well, that's annoying. I guess. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of these gaps. Or most of them. There's still gonna be, like, misaligned, but, like, there will be less of the gaps. And we're gonna leave the gaps on the side because I want you to be able to jump down there in case you drop an item down there, which is important, and so that you can go get it. You could put an invisible collider over there. Yeah, I could, but, you know, I spiritually dislike invisible colliders. You know what I mean? I feel like if the thing exists, like, yeah, I think this approach is fine. I think we just need to leave a gap in case so that you can go back down there to get it. You know. Yeah. I can see Luigi losing his car keys down there. So actually there is a problem in that you can lose stuff underwater at the moment. Which is not ideal, but, you know. Okay, so let's save that. Okay, so now, still a little bit of bouncing. Why is that? Like, it's the IK stepping. Oh, you know what? I should... Don't worry, my house is not on fire. I wonder if my smoke alarm is running out of battery. Do you guys hear the beeping? Sorry, there's a lot of things going on. Once again, it's so hot because of my, because I got mad about AI, I set off the fire alarm. Okay, so let's duplicate that. And just bring it over this way. Oopsies. No free camera. So, Grubby, did you get anywhere with the mods? What are you building? What are you building for us? Yeah, there we go. Wait, let's rotate that. Oh god, the rotation is all whack. I gotta fix that at some point, but not right now. Okay. It's while we're walking up this one, so I wonder if it's just too uneven. So let's rotate that guy to be more flat. Maybe that'll fix it. Yeah, it's a little better, I don't know. Alright, so let's just double check that we can get over here. Yeah, so we can get underneath it, we can find anything we need to get, and then we can climb back up. That's fine. Okay, cool. Although, this is a little off, so let's rotate this guy a little bit downward. Okay, cool. So now we can get out. This is what we want. Anyway, that's very clearly a mine now. We got our environmental storytelling. I feel like we should have a pickaxe or something to like, but anyway, so we go down here. There's nothing in here right now, but there could be. Oh, we're having some environment issues, as you can see on Luigi. I'll deal with that later. It's because it's very dark in here. We're not getting any environment lighting. Cool, look at that. Very clearly a mine. So, I guess we should put some, random pieces of lumber out here because, like, they would have been, like, working with it. But, I'm gonna make it a special one. Wait, how do I... which major libraries are you using? That's a good question. So OpenGL is the graphics API. That's probably the one of the major ones. The other one is the Bullet Physics Engine. Although, little caveat to the Bullet Physics Engine, not the best physics library today. If you're gonna make a new engine, don't use Bullet. I recommend you use Jolt. The only reason I'm using Bullet is because this is a decision I made a long time ago, before Jolt was really an option. And I had to make a lot of modifications to Bullet. But for my next game after this one, I'm gonna be using Jolt probably instead of Bullet. The Bullet Physics Engine, and then also Entity. I don't remember what the library is called, like how you pronounce the library. It's ENTT. ENTT. I believe that's Entity or Ent. But it's a very great entity component system library. It just makes it like it's sort of a it's a special container, but that's kind of understating what it does. Like an entity component system is like it just it's hard to explain why it's so good without using one, but like basically like it allows you to like basically like all of these bits like transform, collider, mesh, those are all basically pieces of an entity, right? They're all components attached to this entity. So like this guy here is an entity. So basically an entity component system is like a data structure. I mean, it's a lot more than a data structure, but like it allows you to like sort of attach structures to some kind of entity, so you can like associate different structures together, and it's like and as a result you end up not having to use like virtual inheritance a lot when you would normally have to do that, because virtual inheritance is bad. I'm gonna come out right here and say that. Generally avoid using virtual inheritance. Sometimes it's okay, but like generally it's a mistake. Okay, so I'm making this a rigid body. I need to quickly... I want to make this a recursive prefab, but I can't remember I don't actually think there's a way to make something a recursive prefab in the engine. You have to do that manually in JSON. But I'm just going to save this as rigid body. And confirm. Save the rigid body version. And then I'm going to add a... So we're going to add a new component. This is kind of like what I was saying with ECS, Entity Component System. You add a rigid body here, and now all of a sudden it's a... it can respond. And what's the mass of a... What would be the mass of this? What's it made of? This is pine. This piece that I have. That I was showing you guys. I was using it before to illustrate the end grain. But I feel like this piece is made of oak. So I'm going to say it's a little bit heavier. I don't know. Let's... 20 kilos? Let's see what that's like. So save. Now... wake up. See, now it has physics, see? Isn't that cool? So we saved the rigid body version. Let's just stack a couple of these out here. To do a little bit of a, like, oh, they were building more stuff in here. And let's perturb the pile a little bit so that it's, it doesn't land so nicely. Cool. That's a little bit of, interesting, So I'm gonna save that prefab. I'm gonna edit the JSON file here manually so that you guys can see how the recursive prefabs work. So, where is the, okay, so, this is the rigid body version. I'm gonna format that. Okay, so, a good example of a recursive prefab is we have our, is it the shot barrel? Yeah. So basically the shot barrel has this barrel here. So we're going to include a prefab. This is just... And we're going to do... This is going to be 2 inches x... 4... Oh, do we have to do backslash because it's JSON? Yeah. X4... X... 4... X... I am currently working on a renderer. Tried to build a game engine, but not as detailed as this one. It's okay. You don't need to make one as detailed as this one. Most games would not require that. In fact, yeah. This is also something I feel like a lot of people try to make their also, this is nowhere near as complicated as, like, Unreal, for example. Like, and it doesn't need to be. X... 3 feet. Is that gonna work? And that's gonna be prefab 1, and we're just gonna add the rigid body component. Everything else is gonna be inherited from this guy here. If that doesn't crash, because it might just be a problem because of the oh, yeah, sorry, the water... Okay, it failed to load that. Why not? Let's see. Did it? Is there some case-sensitive bullshit? It turned it into an egg. That's funny. Why couldn't you load that file? Did I spell it wrong? Okay, open containing folder. Sorry. just gonna 2x4 x3 .json. Okay, I'm gonna do the debug. Is it gonna? I'm gonna do this in debug mode, see if it crashes. Okay, I'm gonna put a breakpoint in the failed to load. Prefab. Oh, JSON file. Okay, where do you? Let's debug this. Okay, clearly the file path is not coming in correctly. Oh. Interesting. Okay, so results. Rep. Interesting. So there's something wrong with the file. Did I miss something here? Oh! No, that's not right. Jake Tell Master, use it as in inch and not the symbol for inch. I feel like that might not be the problem. Maybe that is the problem, I don't know. Oh! Or do I have to escape this one as well? No, I don't. I just don't want to have to type inch every time, you know what I mean? I feel like it's screwing up with the characters. Alright, so. Yeah, so it's an empty string, I think. Yeah, it's just empty. Why is it? So it's not reading correctly in this here, where it reads the result. Resources prefab slash. It's still all that escaping stuff is annoying as fuck. Okay. Oh, I know where I can find it. I can find it in test.json because it's also going to be referenced in here. Ah. Sorry. That's going to take us. Okay, so we have our prefabs list. It should be the last thing in the prefabs list. So it's because I literally didn't. That's literally not the name of it. That's why. It's got nothing to do with the fucking character. It's that. It's because I didn't call it wood plank. It's literally the wrong file. And now my webcam is broken again. I thought that it was supposed to be good. Okay, we're back. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why my webcam stopped like that for a second, but anyway. This should work now. Oh. Do we have a breakpoint? Yeah, that's why. Oh yeah, I was supposed to do this in release mode, actually. My bad. 1 second. Okay, why did you fail to load that? Let's see. Did you fail to load that? Oh, because it's the capital rigid body, not the lowercase rigid body. My bad. It's some Linux stuff. Linux-ism. Yeah, so it's still the eggs, but the reason for that is because... sorry, let's look back into our... This is rigid body lowercase. This is rigid body uppercase. This is a... So I think if we save as... file. How do I save as? Apparently I can't do that in C-Line. Well, I can open in Dolphin. Gonna Control C, Control V. Rigid body capital. Continue. Cool. Now I think we can load that in and it will work fine. Sorry, that was me just I need a way to handle all that process in the editor so that I don't make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's still the eggs. Why is it the eggs? Prefab. Ugh. Oh, the parent. Why is the parent gull egg? Oh, here's why. Because that is a 0. That should be a 0, not a 1. See, I should never manually edit these files because I always screw it up. I need to write code that edits these files. There we go. See, no error. The error is now gone. And now we have a recursive prefab. So, we just have this guy, and you can see it says overridden in prefab because this prefab has a parent prefab. So the rigid body version is a parent is a do you use GLTF as a level format? I do use GLTF, but I do not use it as a level format. I have my own custom format. I think GLTF is a pretty bad format for storing anything other than meshes in. It's great for storing meshes and pretty good for storing animations, but I would not use it as a level format. I think that it is a bad idea because Blender, or I assume you're using Blender. I use Blender. Blender is the thing that exports the GLTFs, right? And so if you want it to export GLTFs that have all your like custom information in that, you need to modify Blender, right? And then I'd rather spend time in the game engine and not fucking around with Blender. So as a result, I have a custom format, which is just JSON. Like, I mean, I can show you what the level format looks like. Actually, so here it's all formatted funny, but like, oopsies. So format that, just so you can see what it looks like. But yeah, basically it's just like, we have like, everything has a transform. We got like rigid bodies, colliders. It's just like telling us all the parameters basically that are in our thing. And it's actually the same format that's in the prefab file. But yeah, GLTF, I don't use it as a level format, but all these individual pieces are GLTFs. Like all these planks are you have a mesh that is a GLTF, right? But yeah, no, it's also, this is just a thing about ASO, but I don't use the word level. The word level doesn't appear in ASO because ASO doesn't have levels. It just has a world. Yeah. But yeah, we can go down into our cavern. And actually, let's... I don't think we need this music anymore. But can we bring up the game music? Is there game music where we are right now? I think so. Yeah, here we go. So yeah, this is the Conquistador's mine that they were building. So if you follow it down here. Sorry. I was looking for OBS so I can read chat. Yeah, cool, thanks. And just to make it super clear what's going on here, I'm gonna put an empty cart out here. Just so it's clear that, like, there's a cart down here. I want to make it clear to the player that this cart... Sorry, let me quit Blender. I don't think I need it to be open right now. Yeah, so just to make it super clear to the player, because the entire idea of this was that there was a thing up here where the conquistadors, when they visited the island previously, were building a mine. Actually, we need to add one more thing. I'm gonna add a new entity. You're gonna see this just because I think it's cool. Add component. Transform. Add component. Named location. This is very important. Put it here. Yeah, I think we can just put it on the mine entrance. It has to be a sphere because we can't use the polygon because it's vertical. So if we were above this, I don't want it to get triggered. So I'm gonna call this mine area, and we're gonna give it a named location, and we're gonna call it oh wait, no, I don't want to do this. I'm gonna make that a sphere. Radius 10, that's fine. And wait, 1 second. I just need to remember. Okay, location name. So, location name, mine. I'm gonna call this, abandoned mine. We'll save that. Now check this out. We're gonna walk up to here. Discovered location, abandoned mine. There we go. Oh, I spelled mine wrong, apparently. There we go. Let's save that. So now I'm gonna make the location area a little bit bigger. Let's do radius 15. Save. And I'm gonna undiscover it so that we can rediscover it. Okay, so we walk over. Bam! Abandoned mine. Very Skyrim-esque. And now, actually, if we go onto our map, we can see abandoned mine. Actually, it's sort of a smaller location, so I'm gonna set the map scale to 0.7, so that the label on the map is like a little bit different. Which genre will this game become? Okay, so it's kind of an RPG. Yeah, it's basically an RPG. You can actually, this is maybe not the best like showcase of it, what you're seeing me work on today, but like if you go down to the below this video, there's a link to the Steam page, and you click on that, and while you're on there, you should wishlist the game. You can see video of like all sorts of other stuff you can do in the game. Like there's like combat, there's like bosses, there's all sorts of crap. This is just like one small area we're looking into right now. But like it's like, yeah, it's an RPG. It's an RPG about exploring an island in the 17th century. We're actually pretty far in. We're just working on an area where there isn't a lot. But if I walk out of this area, you're actually going to see that there's a lot more world that we can look at. Not. I mean, I guess a little more like Cyberpunk than Baldur's Gate, but like the RPG systems are like pretty loose, I would say. It's like it's a lot. It's heavily based on like exploration, right? Yeah. So if we walk out here, you can see that we got like we're gonna walk out onto the plains in a minute. But it's like it's action RPG, I would say. It's an action RPG, but it's and there's like quests and stuff like that. So you got this is Pierre right here, who I'm gonna just take a shortcut and go down here so we can look out onto the plains. But yeah, action RPG, I guess, is what you would call it. But it's very exploration heavy, if that's what you like, and I hope you do. Yeah, so this is sort of the area of the island over here with more work done on it. We got a little bit of music change. grasslands. Oh, yeah. Sorry, actually, we have, I'm gonna quit, because I think we've done the work. We have, whoopsies. Didn't mean to make the text scale so big. I'm gonna restart this, just because, I think we're gonna play the game for a little bit. Just so that, okay, so. We spawned on the water. Actually, we should save it right here, because the water level was off on that previous save. But anyway, so if we go to, I'm going to, yeah, hide all that stuff, yeah. We can, this is kind of the gist. There's, like, fighting, so, like, there's, like, crabs here. So we kind of, like, spawn on this island. This is, like, kind of the idea. It's all about, like, exploring the island. You know, you do a little bit of that. That's just to show you how combat works. There's some other stuff going on, though. You got some hardtack that was in the barrel. We can go in our inventory. You can see on the map what we've explored. You know, we can keep going. Up here, there's something over there. If you've watched my stream before, you've seen me do this bit a million times. So we got like a little a note here and some other stuff. So we can read the note. Basically, somebody else has been to this island before us, as we can see, and we should look into that. Also, we grabbed a flint and steel and a cutlass. So I'm going to draw the cutlass, because that's obviously a better weapon. And then up here... Sorry. Oopsies. We got ourselves a... just hit the mouse too hard. I should be playing this with the Xbox controller after, actually, if I can find it. No, the Xbox controller is not within reach, so I guess you guys are going to have to deal with shaky mouse footage. So yeah, so we can talk to Vinny here. He's going to give us some exposition. Welcome to the island. You must be new here. We don't see many of your type around this. Okay. He's going to tell us that basically there's a sorcerer on this island, and that all sorts of... he's just a bad guy, and... we gotta fight some monsters or something like that, basically. I'm simplifying, but if you want to learn, if you want to like get the deep lore, you have to play the game. So what do you want me to do? Blah blah blah. Sorcerer, unfortunately, can't take him out. He's summoned 3 primordial beasts, and we can already see one flying behind him. We can see Ziz there. The first is Leviathan, giant serpent. Second is Behemoth. Now he's a big one. He roams the jungle. Finally we got Ziz, a bird so big his wings can block out the sun. You gotta take them all out, then do battle with the sorcerer himself. Capiche? Yeah, okay, cool. So, he's gonna give us something, sorry, I'm just clicking through this dialogue really quickly, because I want to quickly show off just a big slice of what we can do in the game. So we're waiting for him to come back. If we do, actually, we can like wander off. Why don't we wander off while he's doing that and see what happens? We get a dialogue box saying, "Hey, I told you to stay put." So that's trouble with kids the use these days. They never do what they're told. Okay, anyway, so he's gonna give us the spyglass. He found the spyglass. And then we can use it to find things that are very far away. Cool. So I go up, hide a place, and looking through it. You never know what kind of things you might see. Anyway, so well, first of all, that's a fire, so we might want to check that out later. But there's a high place is that big rock. So why don't we climb up there? We got some wild javelinas roaming around. Oh, I think he's noticed me. Let's dispatch with the our little wildlife here. Okay, so we get like our meat. We can cook with that later. But anyway, let's put away our sword first, and let's get up the hill. And we got the sun high in the sky. Well, not that high. It's getting a little bit later. It's 4 o'clock now. It's actually almost 4 o'clock in real life, which is when the stream ends. But stick around, because we're showing this off. All right. So, oh, actually, let me check one more thing with my camera. Can I? Never mind. Never mind. Anyway, so we're going up here. Oh, shit. I fell off. That's bad. Let's climb up properly. Okay, so I'm gonna climb up here. I'm apparently bad at platforming in my own game. We get up around here. We'll do a little bit of a jump to here. Jump to here. Go up here. Go up here. We can grab our, oh, there's a chest here. But anyway, let's take out our spyglass because, Vinny told us about it. So we can look around the map. We can see what there is to see. There's a boat over there. That's probably the one we came on before we were, I mean, it looks like it's run aground, but, what else is there? Let's, oh, we got a big tower over there. That's probably the Sorcerer's Tower. So let's look at that. Okay. We got Ziz over there, which is, the bird that he mentioned. Yeah, some kind of cave over there. Lots of stuff to look at, I think. And can we see it from here? Over this way. Oh, well, you can't, it's hard to see because it's so dark, but there's looks like a building over here. Well, I'll wait until the sun goes down, and then we can, so we won't have the glare in our eyes. But, there's sunset there. Okay. Now we can see there's a building over here. And that might be what we want to go check out. So, let's get down off here, and let's head over there. And then, maybe that will show some of the more cool combat. Because, I think we were only fighting wild animals, but there are more interesting things to fight. So, I kept mentioning the conquistadors. I guess you will see them in a bit. So, let's go down this way. Let's head over to the, sorry, let me just put my weapon away. We're gonna head over to this, sort of building over here. Oh, I guess I should have shown that, if we use the spyglass, and we want to, like, mark something, we can just hit that, and now it's on the map here, so that's the point that we're going to. So let's go there. One second. So yeah, it's not too far away now. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream today. I think we're getting pretty close to the end. So after I get to the fort and do some fighting, I think we're gonna call it quits. But before we do, I do want you guys to know that you should like and subscribe, because it helps YouTube know that you like this content and you want to see more of it, which is good, because you get the content you like and I get subscribers, which is good. And also, that if you really like it and you should wishlist the game too. Like, you should wishlist the game because this is a good game and you're gonna like it. Oh, we got a skeleton over here. Ooh, I gotta pull out my sword here and fight this guy. Oh shit, he hit me pretty badly. Oh, and I'm already damaged because I fell off the... Oh, we got another guy coming at us. We should get rid of this guy quickly before the second guy comes. Okay, and there's the other guy. He's got a different weapon. We'll try to parry him. Sort of like a little bit Souls-like combat. Not quite, but like, yeah, it's a win-win, because you, like, get to see content that you like, and I get subscribers, which helps my numbers. So, ooh, ouch. Also, if you really, really like it and you want to support me financially, there's a link to my Ko-Fi down below where you can give me a small donation, you know, $2, $5, $10. I need to eat something in the game because I'm gonna die. Let's eat some hardtack. Eat? Eat. Let's roll, do some dodge rolls. Anyway, if you want to support me financially, there's a Ko-Fi link down below. Give me a small donation, $2, $5, or $10 if you think it's worth it, because this is... Working on this game is my entire job. This is all I do, and, yeah. Your donations really help. It helps support me, and that is how I bought the new webcam. So yeah, with that, hopefully I showed you a little bit of combat in that game. There's that cart again, and we can see our little rolling head there from the Conquistador. So yeah, ooh, we got cannons and stuff. But anyway, there's so much more to the game. There's so much more to the game. And you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it on stream, and you're gonna see it in the game. So go down, wishlist the game today, like and subscribe, and come tune in again next Thursday. Next Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, because I'm streaming again, and I'll see you then. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Bye.